committee of the whole meeting for September 19th, 2024. Let's all please stand and pledge the allegiance. Madam Secretary, may we have the roll call, please?
All right. Ken Washington.
Present.
Bill Riley. Brain Lavender Sams. Present. Kathleen Morales. Beverly Harris. Betty McLaren. Absent. Joan McNeil. President Joan Neal, I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying Joan Neal, not McNeil.
No, I did. I said, I'm sorry, McNeil. No, I'm still saying McNeil. Joan Neal.
I'm present.
Amanda. Forgot your last name. Lawrence Ham. Present. And Al Jacobs. Solicitor Jacobs.
Okay, the first thing we're going to do is have our reorganization meeting and have Bill Raleigh as the treasurer. So we're going to, there's nomination on the floor. Is there a nomination for Mr. Raleigh to remain as treasurer of the?
I nominate Mr. Riley to remain as treasurer.
Is there a second?
Second.
So it's been moved in second. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Washington, Vice President Washington. Yes, yea or nay? Treasurer Riley. Brain Lavender Sams. Yay. Kathleen Morales. Beverly Harris and Ms. McLaren on here. President O'Neill.
Yes.
Amanda.
Yes.
Lawrence Ham.
So how many yeas? All yeas?
With the exception.
From Director Morales? Sorry. Okay.
Listen.
Hey, I don't even read. Should I? That one? Okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. Excuse me. So the past couple of meetings, I've come before you with like, oh, hopefully we'll have this in the budget. Hopefully we'll have it. We got most of what we asked for in the budget. So I'm very happy to report these numbers out. We have for basic education funding, we received 200. I want to give the whole of the number first, so don't get excited. We received $225 million in the budget. Of that amount, Chester Upland School District will receive a little over $2.3 million. That's for basic education funding. Special education, $100 million was in the budget. Chester Upland School District will receive a little over $124,000. There is a new initiative called the Ready to Learn Block Grant, which is an adequacy funding it's supposed to bridge the gap between students that are down here when it comes to academics and get them here. So the amount of money required to get them on the level. And so there was $493 million included in the budget. Of that amount, Chester Upland School District will receive $5.5 million, a little over $5.5 million. And I want to clarify, because an article went out in the newspaper about districts that receive tax adequacy amounts. And so people are like, oh, Chestnut Glen School District didn't receive that. So there are two different adequacies. One is tax adequacy, and that's to put districts that pay way more than Chestnut Glen School District pays in taxes, is to level them off, right? Because you shouldn't be penalized because you live in a good school district. You shouldn't have to pay more taxes, right? And so we didn't receive the tax adequacy, but we received the ready to learn adequacy. And most of the districts that received the tax adequacy didn't receive the ready to learn adequacy. So they are focusing on balance in two different spaces. We did not get the cyber charter school cap, not this billion, but cyber charter school reimbursement. And we will receive cyber sped savings of a little over 948,000. And then for mental health and safety, there was $100 million that was allocated to the budget, and Chestnut Glen School District will receive $221,000. Those are adequate numbers. We have that, so that's what we're getting. It's not a hope anymore.
Now, these dollars can be spent, they have to be spent in the category that they were in that way.
Over the summer, I did a very detailed presentation on this for the public. So if you were not part of that presentation and you would like, I can send you the presentation. It was prepared for us by PA Ed voters, and they highlighted what was in the budget for Chester and Chichester.
Thank you. Now, does anyone have public comment on anything that took place thus far? Well, we had an action today. We took action today. So when we take action, we have to have public comment. When we're not taking any action, which we normally don't, we don't have public comment. Okay? So since there is none, hearing none, the cabinet members, would like to come up and please present whatever you had for us.
Good evening. My name is Ashley Pless. I'm the Director of Human Resources for the Chestnut Glen School District. While we will not go over the agenda items for personnel in depth, just due to some confidentiality, just some quick updates. I know in my presentation last month, we talked a lot about some positions that were identified after the budget was passed that were needed for our school students. We were able to get some of the more needed positions. Specifically, those positions will include at least 8 special education positions. We do have 2 additional teacher positions for 1350 Edgemont Scholars Academy, the middle school, based off of the enrollment numbers that are coming in. We did reach capacity with our current staffing, so we were able to add that in as well as some additional school safety officers, climate managers, and custodians. So you will see that on the agenda for next month. We will also have on our agenda for next month, through the Ready to Learn grant, we were able to offer staff retention bonuses for the school staff. So that will also be on the agenda for the next month. Our teachers will be receiving $1,500 as a retention bonus. So those are some of the things that are happening through personnel. Thank you. Any questions? Board members, anybody have any questions?
Anybody have questions? Thank you, Dr. Pless.
Use the mic.
Thank you. And in the mic.
Good evening. Once again, my name is Rodney Robinson, Facility Supervisor for the Chester Upland School District. I've been with the school district now going on 10 months. It's been experience, but I want to first thank my team for all the hard work that they've been doing and helping me with some of the projects that are going on throughout the school district. So thank you, Monique, Sarlene, Tammy, Dr. Pless, all those I ain't forget, thank you. So just a real quick, brief update on some of the things that are going on throughout the school district. So, and I'll just go over them real fast and real quick. I was actually not prepared, but you have to stay prepared. Some things that need to be touched up on, like some soap dispenser, toilet paper dispensers, and all that stuff that we're currently trying to put in place. So they have it there, but we're gonna put some new stuff in there. So the bathrooms are renovated, but just small things that we're gonna go over and pretty much get that school back to where it's supposed to be. STEM, the school we're in now. Right now, we're going out a grant to address some of the roofing issues that we think that we may be experiencing over here at the STEM school. So STEM is one of the schools that I'm not going to say receive some of the less attention, but STEM is one of the schools that we are actually we actually have a grant out on trying to get some attention to some of the things around here. So we're working on STEM. STEM is our next goal that we're going to start concentrating on, that and CUSA. So speaking of CUSA, new windows. I don't know if you rolled past 9th Street, 501 West 9th Street. You were past the beautiful windows there. I picked the colors, so yeah. Okay, Dr. Pless picked the colors. Okay, I'll give you that credit. So the windows there. Yeah, so there are some additional things that we'll be working on with CUSA. We'll address that at a later date. Going to ESA, Edgemont Scholar Academy. New playground there. Also, CUSA is getting a new playground. We're expected to have the playgrounds up and running by 10/4. So, okay. So stay tuned for that too. So ESA, Main Street. ESA's done, completely done. I think they got the Porter Rubber tomorrow or something like that. Okay, so we're gonna do the checklist for ESA tomorrow. Okay, so ESA's completed. Main Street, we'll have that. We're getting that playground done. Also at Main Street, they got new heating units, new AC units over there. Stetzer, we're working on some things at Stetzer, trying to get some things done at Stetzer. Also at Toby Farms, we're getting all the additional work. Toby Farm is real extensive, so we'll let the report say everything that Toby Farms got done. Because Toby Farms, we got the new rooftop units, floors, all the floors throughout the building. Ceiling tiles got replaced. They have a new HVAC system over there. Like I said, the rooftop units is over there as well. I tried to pull my actual report up, but it's not opening for some reason. So I'm just going over things real quick. Main Street, as we mentioned, Main Street, what else? And that's pretty much it. So there, as you heard last time we had this meeting, Ashley, Dr. Pless's report, we have 2 custodians and a foreman we're looking to hire. What else? And that's pretty much it. And I'm sorry that I didn't have a more in-depth report, but that's it. If we have any questions, I'm here for questions.
Any questions?
Cool.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. Mm-hmm.
You've been earning your keep. You sound like you've been busy.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Carlina Parker. I'm the Chief Academic Officer for Chester Upland School District. And I am happy to report that all of our core curriculum resources have been delivered to all of our schools. The only outstanding deliverable that we are waiting for are math manipulatives. They have been delivered to some of our schools, but not to everyone, but they are in process. And for our coming agenda items, we have the spelling bee. The spelling bee is one of our district-sponsored events, and we have to purchase materials to get our children ready for the Scripps spelling bee. And so that will be coming up on our new agenda. That's it.
Thank you.
Well, science fair, so we have district academic events. Thank you, Mr. Morales, for bringing that up. But the district academic events, any items that need to be purchased will be coming up in future board agendas when appropriate for that time. Yes.
I had a question.
Speak in the mic.
I have a question that's been brought up by members of the community. And we spend money on new projects and what have you. But what we haven't had and what the community is looking for is the goals that should have been met under these different projects. Are you going to do that soon? So I spoke to the receiver about it.
So I am not familiar with the goals that you are speaking on, but if the receiver gives those to me, I'm sure we can just explain to you what goals have been achieved. Is that what you're asking? In terms of academics, in terms of math and reading, and what goals have been set and whether those have been met? I'm sure we can give you that information.
I want to put it in a meeting.
Oh, in a meeting? Sure. Not a problem.
Anything? Thank you, Dr. Parker.
Oh, you're welcome.
Good evening. My name is Arlene Geathers, a business manager. I just wanted to report on our payroll. It was about 3.2 million, and as Dr. Pless mentioned, as additional teachers and professionals come on board, that average will increase as well. Also, our tax collection for the month of August was $10.6 million, which is actually 85% of what we budgeted, which is good news because our collectible rate is 85%. So anything collected after this point is going to be additional dollars into the budget. The total general fund balance is about $10.9 million. The approved payables for the month of August was $7.9 million. Again, because we're going to be closing out ESSER over the next couple months, we'll have a procurement. Everything will be obligated, but we'll start paying these larger bills with the capital projects. And so right now, it was 7.9 last month, but you're going to see much larger payables coming up for the ESSER projects, and as well as, again, the charter schools payments are going to start coming in because the charter schools have started. So that number will definitely increase. And then just a kudos to our legal staff, as far as they've been aggressively going out to different companies about their assessment values and having those assessment values adjusted upward. And they're also going out to home values as well, where people have brought properties and now they've upgraded those properties, and so they're pursuing those assessment values so that they can be higher and reflect more of what the assessment value more than what they're worth. So over the last month we collected, we have agreements to collect about $74,000 in additional assessment dollars. So kudos to our legal staff for continuing to pursue right reflection of the assessment values for companies as well as homes. And that's all I have. If you have any questions, yes, sir.
In layman's terms,
Speak in the mic.
So overall, again, if you look at the fund balance, it's going to be in the red, right? Because again, we still have this charter school agreement that if we have to pay that money, it's going to be there. So, but we're moving in the right direction. Our payables department we're paying our bills on time, and we're paying our bills. So our vendors are starting to trust us more. We've even got a credit line increase for Home Depot, which, considering our past credit, that was a confidence booster because of our history of inability to pay on time. So we're moving in the right direction, but we have some conditions that overall are just going to be there. Yes, sir. No, we are not caught up on our audits.
That's a question that I asked the last 2 years about that one, because I never believe that how can we move on to other budgets when we haven't cleared up what we had in the past? What true money are we dealing with? I would much rather stop paying all this money for materials that they had done, and we had to find again.
So some of the challenges with the audit is for this year's the audit year that they're working on now, 2021. Some of the challenges is that they're finding difficulty finding support documentation, and they're finding difficult just finding some information that should be available, but it's just difficult to find because of one, we transitioned from buildings, but the information is just not there. And so we have some challenges with that. We're so sure that once we get past this year, I think the audit process is going to go extremely better because the information and the group of people that have been working on that information have been here. So they have access, they follow the procedures, they have the information. And so I think once we get past this year, we can then streamline much faster. I think the process is going to go a lot faster than for the 22, 23 years.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Ms. Gathers,
Yes, ma'am.
the delinquencies, do we know how much we're receiving from delinquencies or the percentage that's out there or collecting?
So our collection ratio is 85, our collection percentage is 85%. So typically we collect about 85% of the bills that we send out there. And then what happens with that 15%, for the last few years, we've entered into an agreement with a financer that will buy that bad credit. And so last year, I think we collected about 3.5, if I'm not mistaken, $1 million from off of that bad credit.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there any way of knowing you have a target date when you come?
I honestly, I don't even want to give you a target date because until this audit gets completed, we can better gauge from the process after that. Yeah, but the last report that I looked at, it said that they had like 7% outstanding. So they send us a report every week of the information that we send, whether it's accepted or they rejected it or sent it back or had additional information. So now they're down to 7%. So which is good. So they're it's not 90 and it's not 50. So I think
Situation.
yes.
I wanted to say thank you first for all the work that you're doing, but two, you presented a budget presentation to us in advance of the PDE budget approval, and so will we have another budget presentation that includes the new funding or no?
I could probably send you the update after I get all the information, and then I probably would most likely have to sit down with everybody again and see, where what of the money that was allocated, we did account for some of that in the budget, right? So some of that money was already part of the existing budget, but anything in excess, I'll have to sit down, of course, with admin and go through that whole process again.
And when should I hold you accountable to present that?
For the date, I can't say.
2 months?
That's good. I'll put that down. Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else presenting? No? All right. All right, I guess we'll go back to public comment. You have any public comment? Anyone? No?
This is for Mr. Robinson. I would like to put in a statement to ask that we replace the portico at Toby. If you look at some of the older photographs of that building, we had a covered walkway there, and when they worked on the roof, they tore all of that down, but they did not replace it. And I would like to advocate that we replace that part of that structure. It really did enhance the building. The toilets, with the ceiling, I have photographs and all of that. And I think I just heard you say that a large part of that has been completed or what have you. I'm not talking anything about the girls' locker room and the lockers that are being placed there. I'm solely concerned about the condition of the place where our champion football players have to go change and what have you. It's deplorable. And so could you just reiterate again the progress that we're making on bringing that space back to where it should be? I mean, could you? Thank you. That's it.
Yeah, that's being renovated, and it's about, I want to say about like 90% completed. Yeah. Yes, it's beautiful. I actually have pictures of it. If you'd like to see some pictures, I'll show you some pictures. It's actually beautiful. Okay, yes, but just to talk a little bit about the A field, we're in conversation about what we're going to do with the A field. So what we did was to get some of the equipment outside that people were going in grabbing it for the track team and all that. So we got a container, and we're moving that stuff inside the container, so no one has to go inside that structure to get any materials out of there. So we're in conversation with the athletic field. Like I said, the Chester High locker rooms, you got to see this, beautiful. All right. Yes, thank you.
Please, see what you can do about the portico back at Toby.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, is that it for public comment?
Good teacher. So, I mean, we had last meeting we did go inside there and address some of the issues that we seen that was concerned, like some of the ceiling tiles were falling. So we did go in and address some of the ceiling tiles and my stuff, but that is also something that is in conversation with doing the whole cheerleader thing. I support the cheerleaders.
Okay, but I've been using for this for 3 years.
Okay, I got you.
And also the bathrooms are horrible.
I got you.
Okay, will this be done? Will this be done before basketball season?
That I'm not sure, but I'll work hard on it.
Thank you.
That it for comments? I want to thank all the cabinet for coming out and presenting to us. Appreciate you all. And I don't think you were here, Ms. Maya. We have public comment. The committee of the whole has public comment when we have an action item, when we take action. When we don't take action, we don't have public comment. Okay. All right, all hearts and minds are clear. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting? This meeting is adjourned. Have a good evening.